Skibidi Toilet has some really dark moments, and today we're diving into the darkest ones in the entire saga. So grab your plunger and let's flush it. Okay, so if you're in the middle of a big toilet war, don't just sit around in the open. Episode 62 starts with 2 medic cameras helping a friend, and there's this other guy in the back, just relaxing, drinking soda, and sitting on his enemy like it's no big deal. I'm not a war strategist or anything, but to play ball with, and I mean literally with, your enemy is a pretty solid way to get wrecked. And the fans know what I'm talking about. I love how the atmosphere goes from comedic to terrifying, from 0 to 100 real quick. Did you see that? The chief scientist is using sound to shut down the cameras. He's using their own tech against them. And those cameras, who a second ago were goofing off in the face of the apocalypse, are now surrounded by giant, terrifying toilets. Hold up. Let's talk about Pennywise's apprentice here. This is the Berserker Skibidi Toilet. Just look at this psycho's face. It's the dead body of your ally with the horrifying head of your enemy. And it shows no mercy.
No mercy!
This is probably the most creepy Skibidi episode. That Skibidi slow walk was so chilling. It certainly was, but believe me, it gets way darker. This is the reality of war. Here you are, surrounded by strong enemies, and you've never felt so small. Their attack knocks you down. When you finally open your eyes, you see the giant who helped you on fire, saluting you one last time. You hear the blast before the heat burns the ground, but he gets up. He makes the ultimate sacrifice to give the Alliance a chance to escape. His brothers watch, heartbroken, knowing his death won't matter if they don't escape right away. You run with the other injured soldiers, trying to reach the portal. The last thing you feel is the dirt on your face. The last thing you smell is your brother burning next to you. And the last thing you see is the enemy, merciless and unstoppable. But you'll never be forgotten, Titan Cameraman. The fans will always carry you in their hearts. But the death that hit fans hardest was of a much, much smaller character. This next sequence of episodes is one of the saddest in the entire saga. In episode 69, we see Plungerman's POV as he runs with a small group of allies being chased by the big bad guys. He wanted to wait for his friends, but in war, tough choices have to be made. Even though we get why Plungerman was angry, the fans know that Dark Speakerman had to do it to save the rest of the squad. As this comment says, Michael Jackson's Skibidi was dramatically faster than those 2 cameramen and would have gotten to them if Speakerman Assassin didn't shut the door. But their mission is not over yet. The audacity! This is one of the coldest moves a Skibidi has ever made in the saga. But the one thing the Alliance believes in is the sacrifice for the cause. That poor little cameraman knew what would happen and chose to take down the masked Skibidi down with him. Plungerman is now really pissed. He's had enough. Time to take down the boss. They came here for the chief scientist toilet, and they're only leaving over his dead body. But that's not going to be easy. Plungerman might still be mad at Speakerman, but they're still brothers in this war, and nobody messes with the Alliance and gets away with it. Plungerman and Speakerman fought with all they had, even when the chances were low. And in their final moments, they watched the Alliance take down the chief scientist's toilet. Their last breath was a heroic victory. The whole squad that went after the chief scientist didn't make it out, but Plungerman got to stay till the end, thanks to one brave soldier who gave everything to save his friends. In episode 67, POV cameraman chases the scientist into a bunker and barely makes it through the closing gate, thanks to the large Speakerman who holds it open. And then comes Plungerman running as fast as he can. Whew, that was a super close call. Rest in peace to the entire squad that sacrificed their lives to kill the scientist toilet. And what an absolute mission it was. You legends will never be forgotten about. This next episode completely shattered my heart. Why the fuck boom? Why did you have to do us this low? Right after the most epic battle with the Astros, Titan TV Man returns to base, completely wiped out. And then something nobody expected happens. Our giant hero has been caught by the Duchess, and she's about to show us what it really means to be the final boss.
How do you like the pain?
This comment sums up what this loss means to the Alliance. Elite Cameraman asks, "Chat, are we cooked?" Yes, we are. And for the Duchess, the cameras are just tiny ants she can stomp on. She's completely cold, heartless, and merciless.